Good afternoon, family, and welcome to Winning and Wealth Building Wednesday. Hey, I'm Mel Alexander, and I'm just wanting to share something with you this week that I hope will, give you a little bit more fuel in the tank to be able to end this week strong. Just want to, I know we've been talking about winning and wealth building, and we have, some great speakers that come on and deliver a lot of information based on their experiences or based on, just information that they've been able to, attain and retain. So just want to be able to get that information out to you and hope that it helps. When we talk about winning in wealth, one of the things that I want to remind everybody is that, it's a lifestyle. And that lifestyle is based on our mindset and our vibe. So we want to create, a good positive way of thinking. And we want to also create positive environment and a positive setting for everyone to be in, so that you feel good about, what you're doing and where you're going, and things that are going on in your life. And one of the ways that I think that we do that is, that we place ourselves in a good position by our gratitude. How much gratitude do we have for what God has done for us already? He's done so much, just to separate us from others. Just remember, you can always go back to simple things, like some people didn't wake up this morning, but we did. So just stay focused on that, stay focused on, that we're moving, that we're out here, we're, actually, if you have transportation, then, that's something that's good. Some people don't have transportation. When you go by the bus stops, there's some people on the bus stop that don't have transportation. So be grateful that you have transportation. Be grateful that you had a bite to eat. Be grateful that you got clothes on your back. There are places in Savannah you can go ride and see that, a lot of people are struggling just to have these things. So it's been a good place with gratitude so that we can get our vibe right. Okay. So in saying that, I just want you to know positive vibes will chase down other positive vibes. You don't have to try hard, anything. If you're in a good, positive place, then those other positive vibes and positive things will track you down. They'll chase you down, and it sets up a proper setting for growth, Here's the thing. All living things respond well to positive vibes. And just think about something. If you know a person who grows plants or been labeled as a green thumb, I have some people in my family, you go to their house and their plants are flourishing, and I have the same plant, and I'm wondering why my plant don't look like their plant. Well, one of the things that I hear a lot of those folks say that they seem to have in common is they talk to their plants. They pray aloud in their home so that they're, they say so that their plants hear that or feel that. They play music. They create a positive vibe, and the plants flourish in that setting, in that environment. And for me, hey, I know if you're not a plant person, you saying, okay, I'm not walking around talking to plants and blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's working for them. And all I'm saying is that on the pretense of it's working for them, I look at it like this. If a plant can respond to positive vibes, how much more can we as human beings respond to positive vibes, knowing that we have a mind and to be able to think for ourselves? God gave us something that he didn't give everybody else. He gave us a mind to be able to think with reason and rationale. And that's different from the other creatures. So just think about that, be a positive magnet out there, when I say be a positive magnet, I want you to attract other people, other positive people, other positive things. If you think about a magnet, think about what happens with a magnet. If you take a magnet, you can put it on two sides and you can stick them together and they just stick together with force. You have to have force to take them apart. But if you turn them a certain way and try to put them against each other, they will force you to go offset a little bit so that they won't come together. When I say be more like a magnet and offset yourself from negative people. Offset yourself from negative things. Don't allow negative people and negative things to press up against you. Create some distance in between so that you can, move forward in a positive light. Now, If you're the person that's getting on these calls every week or get on every now and then and you say, you know what, the stuff they talking about, I done heard it before. I already know all of that. You know, I get it. These are reminders. These are things to, help people, help us all to just remember that we do have some of the stuff inside. And for the ones who've never heard it, this could be the first time hearing it. But if you're that person, here's the question that I have for you. Have you tried it? Have you actually done any of it, like implemented it in your life? Have you evaluated if you have any negative things that are, slipping into your life? Have you ever cut off anything or cut off anyone? These are the hard things to do that a lot of people know, but they don't do them. And I'll use an analogy, a simple analogy to tell you how I look at it. Got a lot of people in the family that like to bake. They have these recipe cards, that have been passed down from generation to generation, especially cakes, Yeah, here's the cake. Here's the cake that Big Mama used to make or whatever the case may be. And so you take that recipe card, you go to the store and you get all of those ingredients. And you come back home and you put those ingredients on the counter. And then you pull out the bowls and you pull out the mixer. Okay, you got everything you need to make that cake, and then you walk away. That cake will never make itself. You can leave those ingredients on the counter as long as you want to. You can leave everything there. That nothing's going to jump in the bowl and mix itself and then jump into a pan and go in the oven and cook itself. You got to be able to read those instructions. You got to be able to implement that stuff and make it happen. You got to take action. And if the action is not there, then it's just not happening. So just remember, it's okay if you already know it, already heard it, whatever the case may be, but you have to ask yourself the tough questions. Have you implemented any of it into your life, into your schedule, into your system? Like for me, it's the same. I think it's the same with everything. I don't think, just like that cake, I think it's the same thing in everything that you do. We got to be able to look at it and go from a place, like right now you may be in a place called growing, but you got to be able to go from growing, okay, to a place called winning. Once you get to a place called winning, that will eventually deliver you to a place called wealth. And that's what we want to do. We want to get into growing, and then we can win, and then we can hit a place called wealth. Now, it is true. It's all a process, and I know a lot of people walk around and say, it's a process. It's a process. And it is. It's a process. But here's what I want to ask. I want to tell everybody first. I believe that when it comes to a process, anything worth having, anything worth anything will always require you to go through a process. Okay? It always will. There will be some type of a process for it to go through. And the reason that I believe that is because what I've learned through my experiences, through being in business, is that it's the process. That process is what produces the quality or creates the quality. And then it's the quality that increases the value. So you take a simple thing, and if you can produce quality in that thing, if you can just work at it and make it, a good quality, then the value automatically increases. And just look at the things that you pay for on a daily basis. It's the people who, when it comes to brands, it's the people who place their name on it because of the process that it goes through usually that makes it different from the other items. And that's the thing. When you're producing quality, you're making it different from the other things that used to be like that item or similar to that item. And once you've done that, you've increased the value. And people want it, and they pay for what they want. So just remember that. Just remember that. So it's the same thing with us. In order for us to get to where we're going, in order for us to do the things that we want to do, then we got to be able to, produce quality and increase value. So look, check your mindset for this week. Change your vibe or settings and take action towards your goals. I want everybody out there to have the best week that you've ever had. And I believe that this will help somebody out there just as it helped me. Blessings to you all, and thanks for joining us.